Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing incredibly well. This isn't about little Miss Luna here. This is our puppy, and you can probably tell that I'm very much at the end of my pregnancy based on the title of today's video. Yes, we were those crazy ones that decided to get a puppy just before we had a baby. This is Luna, our mini Dachshund. If you have not seen any of my updates, she's settling in so well, but she's also very excited because I got all the lights out and I've managed to film all my content since we've got her, like without her here, so that my partner has taken her out and things. But today, conscious of time because baby may come any day now, I kind of wanted to jump on and film a bit of a third trimester update. Lots has happened since our last conversation. I wanted to just share with you how things have been, my plan for next steps, and ultimately because baby could be here any day, I just wanted to jump on and basically share what I imagine to be my last pregnancy update, but also kind of ever, because I think 2 children is always what we've envisioned. I think is perfect for our family, and so the idea of not being in this situation again feels really weird. So yeah, I wanted to sit down, catch up with you all. Typically I don't do much pregnancy content on my channel, but I like sharing these not only for me to look back on, but also those that are in a similar situation. So yeah, with that said and done, let's get straight into it. So I finished work Friday just gone, so today is Saturday night, and I think finishing work for me always felt like the beginning of the end. If you can hear the dog in the background, I do apologise. But yeah, finishing work was definitely one of those feelings where it's like, okay, we're at the beginning of the end. It's time to like stop, chill out before baby arrives as much as possible with a new puppy and a 4-year-old in the house. But for me, I'm someone that's very invested in work. I went back full-time quite quickly with my first child, and so it's one of those that obviously you spend so much time at work, don't you, so it forms so much of what you do. So it's been a very weird experience kind of saying goodbye to that and then getting ready for the next stage. I am also currently 37 weeks pregnant, but I'll be 38 weeks on the Monday. Today, day of filming is Saturday, and I'll be 38 weeks on Monday. And things feel very different at this stage compared to how they did with my first child. And the biggest thing that I've noticed over the last probably week and a half is so much more pressure down there. Like, baby is 3/5 engaged. The midwife said that baby is 3/5 engaged a week before I finished work, which is why I wanted to jump on and film this video today, because we're really at that stage where any day anything could happen, and I wanted to make sure I concluded like this mini series where I've jumped on and shared things over the last couple of trimesters, because it's so cool to look back on and also just remember the time where when you're pregnant it feels like you're pregnant forever. However, when you then have the baby, like, remembering pregnancy is always like really distant, and so it's a really strange feeling. So yeah, it feels like there's a lot of pressure. I wanted to talk about kind of delivery plans because I've touched on them in my previous trimester updates, but was never too sure what to do. I always kind of steered towards wanting a C-section again because that was my experience the first time. So what I have done is booked a C-section for the 7th of August, which is my due date. And so if anything happens before, then we're going to try for a VBAC, or I'm going to try naturally. I don't know what that process will look like. It didn't work out the first time. However, the idea with a C-section, I was told that generally speaking that they like to do it a week earlier, so at 39 weeks. And I was talking to my consultant about how that feels like a lot of pressure to make that decision earlier than I feel like I should. And having spoken to him about things, how I was feeling and all of my preferences, he actually decided that the best thing to do was to book a C-section for my due date. And if anything happens naturally before then, it's like baby's making that decision for me. So that put my mind at ease because that decision was quite an overwhelming one to make. So knowing that I could still be in a bit of a position where baby could come at any day and it's that anticipation. I mean, even if you had a C-section a week earlier, it still could happen any day. Like babies, unfortunately, the timing doesn't always align with maybe when you want it to be. I do feel like that's kind of the wonderful thing about having children, is that there's that element of surprise, but what comes with that is that level of anxiety where you don't know when that will be. Should I show you how big I'm looking? Because I feel like I'm so much bigger this time. We are looking very big. I feel like we've dropped as well, like I can breathe again, where you can push your hands here and my lungs feel freer. However, my pelvis and my bladder do not. What do you guys think about the bump? Because I think the bump still looks quite high. I don't know. I'm sure I've dropped more before I had my first. But let me know what you think. I think that that looks still quite high. My belly button is here. So yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know what you think, but definitely place your bets because things feel very, very heavy here. So I think my last update ended with my gestational diabetes test. I touched on that. That all came back absolutely fine. I explained that my platelets were very, very low during my last pregnancy, and that was a worry this time, but actually they've stayed at about 136, which is still on the low side, but last time at this point my platelets were under 100, so we're in a much more positive place, which means birthing options are slightly more optional this time, whereas I think if they'd have been really low again, the preference would have been for me to have had a C-section very early on, just to prevent them getting to the very dangerous levels that they got to last time, which I think was about 71, which is again even dangerous territory for a C-section. So I'm pleased that that's not a factor this time around, because it's a bit of a worry when you know things like that that are totally out of your control exist. But yeah, I just feel like there's lots of pressure. Finishing work feels very, very peculiar. It's obviously my second rodeo now. Are we ready? I think yes. All the clothes have been washed, all the bags have been packed. Let me know if you want me to do maybe even just like a YouTube shorts or something on what I've packed for my bag, baby's bag, because I feel like my channel is very much a hair care space, whereas that could be a bit more like behind the scenes. Let me know what you think about that. I've got ahead with my videos where I can, just to try and keep business as usual over the next couple of weeks. But equally, what I've decided that I think I'm going to have to do is actually schedule my videos so that there's one a week as opposed to 2 at the moment. Hopefully I can bring that back relatively quickly, because I love uploading 2 videos a week, but that kind of pressure, I mean, it's been hard anyway balancing that like with working full time, having a 4-year-old. So I think having like puppy, baby, 4-year-old all in the mix, I don't want to compromise on the quality of my videos. So I'm hoping that if I can at least make time to film 1 a week, I think that that will be a good thing. And then as and when I can bring that back up, I will definitely do so. So I hope that's okay. I'm planning to upload them on like a Saturday, so we can have like a weekend upload and chat about hair care, try new products and retain that sense of normal. I also feel very, very weird. I think when you've had a baby before, you have a degree of like what's about to happen, and it's very, very strange. I have stocked up on drinks for the hospital snacks, which I realized was essential last time. Like I said, most bags are packed. There's a couple of like little bits to add into baby's one, but mine is done. It's very, very scaled back compared to my first time, and with like the absolute essentials, like just comfy clothes. Last time I packed like makeup and like actual outfits for me to wear. No, you end up just wearing loungewear or pajamas, and so that's exactly what I packed this time. And again, if you feel like you've forgotten something, you can send someone home to get it. Like, it's not the end of the world. So I feel like that's good. I've got a 38-week midwife appointment, which will be next week, so that will be really strange, because obviously I'm so used to like muddling that around work and things like that. So that doesn't exist, and so that's gonna be a very strange one. Heidi is gonna retain at nursery until end of August, so her nursery operates on like an all-year basis, so you can choose that. She starts school in September, which is very emotional. She's had lots of school transition days and is ready, but we wanted to retain normality for her up until like within August. So because I'm due beginning of August, but ultimately could come at any time, I was really conflicted on what to do here. And I don't know if anyone else with children in the same kind of age category had the same kind of conflicted feelings, but one half of me was saying that I'm off work, I want her home. You know, how often are you not working and able to spend that quality time together? But equally, it was one of those that, is that time going to be of quality and as valuable to her as being at nursery? Because one of the things that nursery do that we absolutely love is they're very outdoorsy. Obviously, like, the day is catered for those children. And my worry, no matter how this one comes into the world, is that there's going to be a degree of my limitation. There's going to be a baby around, and I don't want to have to keep saying no to things, essentially. I don't want to keep saying no to things. I don't want to not be able to play with her like I'm used to. And I think that that would probably be a harder thing emotionally in the moment without having that support. So we have decided to keep her in nursery until more towards the end of August. There is a period of time between finishing nursery and finishing school where she does have like a break, so they'll be able to bond then. We can do fun things as a family, and hopefully my recovery at that point will be quite substantial. So I think that, again, that gives us all a bit of breathing space, but her routine stays very similar, and that's a decision we feel like is best for her, knowing what she's like as a person, and also knowing my emotions at the time. I think I'd feel really disappointed in myself, or even push myself too hard, because I'm trying to make up for that in that area. So that's one of those things that we've kind of decided on, and so I think that that is the best decision. But it's also very difficult, isn't it? It's really hard to know what is best in those situations. It's a very weird feeling. I'm definitely very uncomfortable, and I'm definitely at the point where I feel like they could come at any point and it would feel okay. I'm prepared as much as I could be, which is never 100%. I don't think anyone goes into having children at like, I'm 1000% ready. However, I am very excited for our new addition. I can't wait for a new member of our family to join us, and just for all of the newborn cuddles and scrunches, and knowing that this is probably our last baby, which is such a weird thing to say at this point, knowing that unless our circumstances change or our opinions change later down the line, this could be my last experience of pregnancy, our last experience of newborns. And I think that there's an element of grief that comes with that, which is very strange to even say, because you almost, like, you should be looking ahead, but knowing that you're never going to have this experience is very strange. That said, I'm at this point where I'm not sleeping very well at night. I'm waking up multiple times in the night because there is just so little room. My bladder is getting squished. I need the toilet all the time. I've even gone to like get up in the night, and I've had so much pressure where I've been like uncomfortable to even sit down. And so in those moments I've been like, could this be it? And every sign, like at this point, every like little sign, knowing that we're full term, that any possible movement or things that like feels a little bit uncomfortable, it's like, could this be it? And that's a really strange feeling. And so yeah, that's that. Has there been any other like unfortunate symptoms? Generally I've been okay other than the uncomfort. The only other thing that's come back is definitely the cramps that I've had in my legs. I've had excruciating cramps in my leg, and even today. So I woke up 3 days ago with my leg being so cramped that my muscle, I could see the outline of it. It was really tight. It was so painful. 3 days later, my muscle still really hurts. I did ask Rich, my husband, to try and almost like massage it out if something had like twisted or turned or something like that. But I'd actually think that he did a bit more harm than good, because it's still really painful. So that's probably the only other like new symptom that I haven't experienced up until this point in terms of the 3rd trimester. But otherwise I've been pretty okay myself. Like, I haven't had any swelling. I've been okay to work up until kind of 37, nearly 38 weeks. So I'm really happy about that, because I had initially planned to finish a week earlier, but delayed it a week just because of various things that were going on, and feeling totally unprepared like to step away from work at that point. So yeah, it's nice we've got to this point knowing that work is all in a good place, because it was a bit touch and go after I heard the midwife say that she was like 3/5 engaged and almost indicated that she feels like I could deliver early. I've been a bit panicky since. So no, that's not the case. It's great. My biggest kind of milestones I'm looking forward to and hoping that I get to is that Tuesday coming, I'm having a pregnancy massage. It was always my intention for that to be like the light at the end of the tunnel. So I have a 70-minute pregnancy massage scheduled in on Tuesday. So in my opinion, if I can get to that, enjoy that, and whatever that might encourage, so be it. It's a full body massage, it's your feet, it's a foot mask, it's the works. And I've always said that when I finish work, that is going to be my treat to myself. So I have that to look forward to. As I mentioned, Heidi is still at nursery every day except from a Monday, so we still have that stability of knowing that I can actually hopefully unwind a little bit before baby arrives. So hopefully I can edit this video and have it up before that happens, because I really want to kind of conclude where we're at the moment at this point and just share that with you. And ultimately, if you are not following me on Instagram, definitely do so. That's probably where I'm going to like share pictures and announce that baby is here, so definitely do so. It's always linked in the description. But otherwise, this is it for my final pregnancy update, and it feels so strange, but I'm really excited for the next steps. I know that it's a really strange thing, and I remember feeling this the morning of my wedding, but knowing that you're about to live through a memory is the weirdest but coolest feeling, and knowing that no matter what happens, no matter how we deliver, you need to take it all in, and as much as possible, despite maybe pain and things like that, is enjoy every moment. If I end up going into labour naturally, I want all the pain relief, I want all the aid, I want to be able to enjoy it. But the problem I had last time is I couldn't have any pain relief, so goodness knows what's going to happen. I hope that I can jump on and share my birth story with you, kind of the other side. Again, even if that's more so in a YouTube Shorts format, we'll work that out. But I definitely want to share that with you, because again, sometimes you lose that detail in time. So hopefully I can look back and share with you how that all went. But yeah, that's everything from me, I think. If you have any questions, or if I forget anything really obvious, because baby fog is totally reinstated, so perhaps that is quite a possibility. I'll leave anything that I might have missed in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, no matter what you're up to. I hope you continue to enjoy my content over the next couple of months. Like I say, I've made such a big effort to get in front of videos, so that hopefully there isn't no kind of disruption to uploads, but if there is, I'm sure you guys understand. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, no matter what you're up to. If you're also pregnant, let me know how far you are. I love hearing from other mamas. If you have children, how old are they? Oh my gosh, I love talking all things children. But yeah, with that said and done, me and Bump will see you guys super soon, and yeah, soon enough, they're going to be Earthside, which is so exciting. I'll see you guys super soon. Bye!